What murder?
Now we're recording.
Hijo de tu puta madre.
Okay, at least I noticed it before we started. No hay pedo. We're good. It's just.
So what, do we start this over? Or?
No, this is fine. I mean, we'll just start like normal. It
Oh.
just means that now. I was looking, I was like, why is it green? It's supposed to be red. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. Okay, good. We're good.
No mames, amigo.
Yeah, we're good. Ya, güey, ya, cálmate. No. What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys? I don't know why.
You're supposed to say 2020. That's
Yeah,
your thing.
2020.
Oh, wait, I haven't even
Established.
seen My bad. Mariachi podcast. CharroBeans.
Okay.
Andamos bien trasquilados, güey. ¿Sabes qué?
Trasquilados.
Sí, güey. Es que. Es.
Trabados, bro.
Ándale. We're just. We're a little out of it. No, actually, I was okay, but now I sat down again and I started to feel it. But just after Mother's Day in general, it did hit me a little bit differently this time around. Like, I do feel a little loopy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, throughout the day, I just kind of felt like a little off. I just felt a little bit like woozy here.
Like today, or?
Yeah, like I just felt like, even right now, like I was telling you right now, like, look at my eyes, bro. Like, I feel like they're not even fully open.
Like a little raccoon, bro.
Yeah, because I start to get like aquí ojeras like pretty gacho, dude. And just thinking about it, I was like, well, yeah, I've been not getting any sleep. Always having to be like, I was gonna say turned on, but that's not what I meant. I mean like
Active.
That's active. Yeah, that's just, you're just on like the whole time. So like to finally like let it settle. I mean, it was only last night where I finally got some like sleep.
Yeah.
I got close to 8 hours of sleep, and I just kind of like got a chance to reset a little bit. But even then, like I'm still pretty fatigued, and I'm kind of feeling it a little bit. Even now, like my shoulders keep telling me, they're like, yeah, wait. As you can see, work don't stop. It's still kind of had to happen for me. It was Mariachi Monday over at the ballpark. So right after this, I told this fue, hey, voy a llegar. Estás en caliente, güey. Llega. So I didn't have time to change. I didn't want to change, to be honest. Just sitting here, I was like, I just want to do this, bro. Go get a burger y así ya para calmármela poquito. Pero aquí andamos.
Todos a mí.
Yeah.
Proud of you, bro.
¿Cómo
¿Te queda bien el traje?
Gracias.
It doesn't look uncomfortable?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
No, I know for me, I think only like 2 trajes for me fit well, where I could sit and be comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I did for a long time have this traje like really, really big, like on the legs and all that. And I got Felipe, who's a roommate of Fernando, our soccer player. Yeah, he fixed it up. I told him to, if he could like squeeze it in a little bit. It's because it looked like I had a diaper a lot of the time. Like, because like as soon as with that gig with the Rangers, like we're walking across the whole stadium. So ya llegando, güey, pues parecía que estaba todo miau.
Yeah.
I was like, se me bajan. Like,
Yeah.
it was really annoying. Like just walking everywhere, and then like you get there and just like having to readjust everything. Yeah, it's a pain. But yeah, they're bright red. They kind of like pop a little bit more like with the natural light, como del sol. But yeah, it's así me siento como part of the Rangers. I am the Rangers, bro. I played third base.
Ganaron, ¿no? Right?
Sí, ganamos. Es que estábamos ahí, güey. Para animarlos, para darles poquito de ánimo.
Like, una, por favor, nada más.
Por favor, yeah. Yeah, man. But so for like work for me kind of continued today. But I think at least for the next 2 days, we shouldn't have gigs. So I'm kind of like, okay, cool. I mean, we still have Mariachi stuff, but like at least it's not gigs. And we'll kind of get a chance to reset a little bit. I mean, I know for you, like you're kind of fatigued too a little bit, or are you tired? Like, ¿cómo te sientes?
No, yeah, I'm bad. Ando mal, sí.
Muy mal.
Yeah. It's mainly like the lack of sleep. Like you're never gonna, like you can't recover in one day. Like when someone's in chinga for like 4 days, you know.
Yeah. I was kind of like looking at the calendar, and in total, like if you go by hours, we had like 19. And then like we had like 2 serenades, and the serenades was each one comes out to like around 30 minutes. So I said, okay, that's an hour. So we had like 20 hours.
Round up.
Yeah, like round up to the nearest
Time. Dollar.
big. What is it?
Hour.
Decimal? No, that doesn't sound right.
Minute. Hour.
Whatever. Yeah. So we rounded up, and so it's essentially 20 hours. So I started thinking about it. It's like, damn, like 20 hours. That's close to like a full day of work. So it's like standing somewhere and like.
Is this going from Friday to?
Yeah,
Sunday?
I'm counting Friday. Even though we started this week technically on was Monday. Like the way I kind of look at it is like every Monday through Sunday. Like every Monday through Sunday is another week. I mean, okay, well, that's how weeks are structured, dumbass. But Monday through Sunday, that's my week.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
You're just saying like you cut it off at
Yeah,
Sunday,
I cut it
the
off
last Sunday, and then.
Ándale. So
Okay.
so technically, like this Monday we had a gig, and it was a Cinco de Mayo gig. It was like that's why we had our last pod. We're wearing white. Remember?
Oh.
So we had that gig. And then the day after we played for Los Viejitos. So like Monday and Tuesday we technically gigged, and then we had Wednesday as a rest day, and then we had Thursday we started our planta. So I don't count the planta because it's like something it's
But it's still
obligatorio.
work though.
No, yeah, it's still work. No, you're right.
Never
so we had
active.
40 hours. Not still stupid. No, but it's just combined. It was like 20 hours starting on Friday, and then I remember Zara. My wife, she's like, she sent me a message because she has my location and she likes to pretend that she don't be checking on my location like all the time.
Yeah.
But I told because I had sent her a message like, "Hey, ya acabamos," like we're done. And then like the next text, it was like, "Oh yay" or whatever. And then the next text after that, she's like, "Y'all been together 48 hours straight or something like that." Like y'all been or some shit like that. I was like, I'm getting paid. She's like, "Nah, you were there for like 20 minutes." I was like, that's how long it takes. I was like, Arturo has to do math. He has to calculate. Like, it's not easy. It's not just like a, un tan, it's not direct deposit. Like,
it's not a paycheck.
Yeah. So he's got to like sit there and he's got his notepad. He's got his pencil. He's like, does anybody have a pen? So I thought in chinga, writing down shit. So, I mean, he's got to figure it out. Like, it does take like 20 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're just all sitting there. It's funny because we were all like sitting there like,
Easy.
as soon as he says like, is that like?
It was more than 20 hours.
What do you mean?
Cause what? Didn't one or two gigs has 4 more?
Yeah, I want to know.
The one on Saturday night. They asked for more, no?
Oh yeah, so ese era un pedo, ¿verdad? They had hired us for 2 hours, según ellos, and then they were all like, but you're only playing one, or what the hell? So we're like, no, because we wrote down one.
Well,
And then they started getting kind of like upset because we were like, no se pueden quedar. Like, mind you, it's the last gig of Saturday. So it was like we had already been playing all freaking day. And they started getting upset on us. And they're like, no, pero pues como no se van a quedar otra hora, no, quién sabe qué. ¿A poco están así cansados y quién sabe qué? I'm just sitting there like.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah. I was low-key getting a little upset because that was the last hour of the day. And it was already from like 10 to, no, we started late, right? It was like 10:30, 11, por ahí, I don't remember exactly. So we were going to end late. And mind you, we already been playing all day Friday, all day Saturday. And lo que pasó allí es de que we were hungry too. Because we had every single gig like apiladito, way.
Yeah.
No break in between. And what we did was we stopped like at QT, which is like honestly at this point we might as well be like sponsored. Like the way I look at it, like QT just takes up all my money. Like if you look at my bank statement,
yeah, mine too.
just like QT. Yeah, and so we just mostly ate QT food all day. So there was never like an actual nutrition. Not that fast food is nutritious, but like there was never something that was like there for sustenance. It was just like. But like just to kind of keep you going. So I ate like little cosillas all day. So by the end of the day, and I'm thinking, okay, this gig se va a acabar in an hour. I'm good. And then they end up like kind of getting mad because we didn't want, not that we didn't want to, but that's not what we had scheduled.
Well, it's because I think they said they booked 2 hours.
Yeah.
And Arturo was like, you only booked 1 hour. And it's kind of stupid on their part. It's like, you think we're going to charge whatever we charge for 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't that seem kind of cheap?
Yeah.
You know, like.
And then what I didn't like is that, again, like they were kind of like putting the blame on us. They were like, nah, pero como no se van a quedar, quién sabe qué. And then, I don't know if you heard this, but there was another like guy there that was telling Paco, because Paco came with us. And he was telling Paco, he's like, no, because this was a family that we've seen before. If you're one of the fans of CharroBeans from a long time, it was actually a very significant house. It was El Amor de mi Vida, the house.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give a backstory on that, there was like a whole history there with like a girl there with Boyo, our violinist, and this and that or whatever. So when we were pulling up, we were like, bro, it's El Amor de mi Vida. And we're all like, oh shit, for real. Because it's nighttime, so we don't really, I guess you could say, remember until like we actually pull up. We're like, oh shit. But anyway, that house or whatever, we have played for that family before. Y ahí que nos dicen, no, pues los he visto mucho tiempo ya muchas veces, pero ahorita como que nada que ver.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying that to Paco, like, sí, como que llegaron bien como no sé qué, pero pues, sin ánimo, no sé, pero los he visto como más así, más así. And he was just giving like a whole Yelp review to like Paco, and Paco was just like, no, pues ahorita, because he was asking for more songs. And we're like, no, pues es que parece que ya acabamos y todo. And he was just kind of looking at him like, no, muy mal.
Okay.
Like the guy, yeah, he was just kind of like upset, and he was just like talking all this shit. And I was like, after that, I was just, because Arturo was like, oh, it looks like you want to play another hour. So I was like, pues, échale, pues ya que, we're here.
Yeah.
So I was being pretty respectful and not eating all their cookies and their dessert table.
Oh,
but
I ate them.
Yeah, well, after that, like they all started kind of like just like bitching at us. No, quédense. Y esa de canción a canción. Like there's no stopping. Like it's just straight go. So this, I was like passing out from like lack of sustenance.
Yeah.
So I looked at the table and I was like, I'm gonna eat all these cookies. And they were like, big chocolate chip cookies. I was like, it is mía. So I was eating in the middle of the song, right? Because you were eating one too. You got like one of the M&M ones, though.
Bro, I ate. No me acuerdo muy bien, but I was eating. Bro, le encargué un café a la señora.
Oh yeah, señora, güey.
Why? Oh, you asked for one too, right?
Yeah, dude. She goes up to you and she's like, "Quiero un café?" Like, bro, I felt like a little fucking. I was like, "I'll take one too." And then you're like, no, sí, agarra un café. And I'm just like, I'll take one too. And then she's like, can you café? Okay. And she pointed at you and like Boyo, I think. And I was just like, I'll take one too. And she just walks away. I was like, nah, fuck me, right? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna fuck, whatever.
Bro, basically on the, if it's how I remember it, it's because I was eating like one of the cookies and I think she should shut up. And I was like, oh, like,
What are you doing?
I'm like, nothing. Like, and I was like, no, si quieren algo, quieren tequila o si quieren un café. I'm like, no, café.
Yeah, dude. Es que, pues ya sin ánimo ya al final del día, dude. Like, after the freaking madriza que ya teníamos. So, like, yeah, I was hungry. I was sleepy. I was tired.
Just wanted it for the cookies, bro.
Huh?
I just wanted it for the cookies.
So you were dunking
so the whole time I was just like, one of them I was just like, and then he just broke it. Like,
oh, se le cayó dentro? Yeah. That happens to me all the time. But I still eat it, yeah.
Okay, we're starting from the beginning, right?
I guess so. I just kind of went on there.
That's what I said. We can do this.
That's the thing with Mother's Day. So today's episode is going to be pretty much dealing with Mother's Day. So if you don't know what Mother's Day is, she's the person that gave birth to you. That's a mother. So you got to start from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
no.
How it happened was your dad and your mom loved each other very much.
They might have not loved each other. That happens too, you know? So
never mind.
Never mind. So anyway, it's Mother's Day. Mother's Day, as you know, is a big holiday for not just your mother, it's for los músicos.
That's how you said, like the family, no. Your mom and us.
Para nosotros, it's a national holiday. You know, it's something that I think in the past few years, especially now, because I knew of Cinco de Mayo being a thing when I was younger in that one group that we had. I thought Cinco de Mayo would be bigger than like Mother's Day. But like as I got older, especially gigging with these guys, I kind of realized how big of a day it really is. Like, because you would just like you see the calendar for this week or for this year, and usually there's like 2 or 3 little bubbles, and this time it was just like that. So I remember thinking like, oh shit, like we're actually gonna work. I mean, we always work pretty like heavy, but then I counted the hours and I was like, are you sure we're doing all this? So I was like, because this is a lot. 20 hours is a lot. Like, pa ponerte like in that perspective, it's again, it's like I look at it like you stay one day, empiezas at midnight, 10 hours. Was it's a long time. Like, I mean, 10 hours, 20 hours. It's a long time. Like you're playing all freaking day, like casi 24 horas.
Yeah.
Obviously it's spaced out porque tienes, your breaks in between and stuff like that.
Travel.
And then everybody has like a different experience during this time because we're all over Texas, California, Arizona. It doesn't matter what state you're in, but like everybody's got a mom. Everybody's going to want to have a party. So who are they going to hire? Pues las serenatas en mariachi. Because that's essentially like almost traditional at this point, like to get your mom a serenata. Like, because I had this thought. I was like, do you think bandas work as much as we do? Like, en el tiempo de Dia de las Madres? Because they can't really necessarily pull up like we can. Nomás sacamos los instrumentos and vámonos.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know if it's as big as it. Like, are they also posting like el maratón empieza hoy, like whatever, or is it just us? Because
no, we have a question to us on mic.
Yeah, right. Like los banderos or los músicos así, but
Los norteños.
Los norteños. Oh yeah, maybe norteños. I don't know, because they have todo su equipo. Like the thing about a mariachi is tradicional almost. All of them pull up with their instruments. You can walk into a house, start playing. I mean, like con un grupo, you kind of lose that, like, surprise.
Yeah.
It's like llegando. It's like you
like
can't.
Surprise, you're like fucking connecting.
Por eso digo, yeah. Y luego el drummer is like just walking in con el puro bass. Yeah, so it's like it's different. Like with mariachis, I guess like that's almost like the
portable.
easiest. Yeah. We're portable. Yeah, we're mobile. You just sacas un cualquier motherfucker on the street.
Yeah.
Toca la guitarra. He's like, me? But yeah, it's just with mariachis, like it is like a holiday for us. For a lot of people, it's payday. For a lot of people, it's like a day that they know, again, it's going to be like a marathon. So going into this year, I was like, okay, well, I never prepared for it. It's just more like a ver qué tenemos and let's get home safe. And then essentially, like starting this year on Friday, like we started pretty heavy. And the reason why was because we started at 6 to 8 o'clock in Nacona. And if you follow me on Instagram or whatever, like you could watch what happened. But basically, it started with a bang.
Yeah. Well, first of all, apparently if you're a client, I lied to you a little bit. Well, I lied to you a lot because, I mean, they were cool people. Like, platicaban bastante, and they're like that type where they're
Mexican.
Yeah, platican mucho, and there was like, do you guys need anything? You guys, like,
oh
they're always,
yeah,
like interactive.
You're talking about the family with that?
Yeah,
that ones we played for,
right? And yeah, like one of the guys came up and he's like, no, like, yeah, ¿cuánto tiempo llevas aquí? Yeah, pues 7 años. He's like, sí, Siete es like familiar. He's like, ¿no te acuerdas de nosotros? O sea, tocamos en un salón. I'm like, oh, el que está aquí. Sí. Andaba.
Oh, you were siguiendo la corriente?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Pues sí, quiero decir, no me acuerdo.
Yeah, I kind of genuinely feel bad whenever people do that to me.
Yeah.
Because you're just sitting there like with a dumb face, like,
yeah.
No me acuerdo.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, if you want me to explain my point of view, this whole party was good. They were asking for good rap, I think.
It was a Mother's Day gift.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was supposed to be a Mother's Day gift.
Yeah.
Because I thought la mamá.
Yeah.
That's who they got it for, and all the wives were there. They even had a decoration that said like Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was what we went for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I think like halfway through, I think they were just getting like happy, I think Arturo had a good point where like you never notice that we get there, like everybody's sober, and then the gig ends and everybody's drunk, Yeah. It's what we do.
It's like we bring el ambiente, traemos la alegría, güey.
Yeah. So like they were like on their way there. But I think because of where they're located in the fucking middle of nowhere, because this was my first hear of Nacona, bro.
Yeah. Well, as I was telling Arturo, I feel we've been there before, but honestly, playing in all these little ass towns, they all look the same.
Yeah.
Cualquier ranchillo, cualquier casa. Like we went to Decatur también, and that one just looked like it was in Nacona. Like it was just like un pueblillo, una casilla.
Bunch of trees,
tienen animales.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, where are we? We could be in Oklahoma for all we know. Like if you were just like placed there.
Yeah, and like yeah, it's a party. Like they're cooking up meat. They like people keep like walking in and out, right? So you don't see anything really like kind of like out of place, right? So I remember I think we're playing como La Tragedia del Vaquero, right? I think that's what we were playing at first.
But that wasn't the first one they started with. We'll see.
I think it was
where they started blasting.
Well, for me, it was the way I remember it.
Okay,
right?
Yeah,
And I just remember I think I was looking at you guys. I think I was trying to give a hint, like, here comes like the slow part. At least that was one of those times where I remember being like, hey, you know? But then like I couldn't hear anything.
What do you mean?
That's how it happened for me. Like I was just like, and I just felt like all this like. Well, later I realized it was sound, but like I didn't go deaf, but like it was just so like fuerte, you know?
Okay, so it kind of like shocked your ear.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like I was just
shock.
like, huh? You know, like what?
So what he's talking about are gunshots.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
just started blasting.
and then I looked to the side, and this guy has like they start with like the little ones, right?
Yeah, it
And
was
they're,
like little 9mm.
Yeah, and I don't know about guns. So it's
Yeah.
9 centimeters. I don't know. He was just like,
Okay.
like he was just shooting like into the ground, right? And not one or two. It was like the whole clip. Like,
Yeah,
he
was dropping the whole clip. Well, all of them were. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just one guy at first. And then that's the thing too. We've had gunshots at a gig before, like where they just start blasting.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I guess it's a primal instinct. They're just like, I like this song. You know, like they just go into it like, you know, they're happy. So the most expressive thing they can do is like
not hug their mothers on Mother's Day. You know,
exactly.
like, let me shoot this gun into the ground. You know, like, and they had like animals too. Like you could see all the little roosters. He's like, oh no, no,
sí, güey. Hasta el perro, güey, estaba espantado.
Yeah.
So the whole time I remember thinking like, because they just started blasting. Like it wasn't just one gun. It was like multiple guys had guns, and they were just like, it's like estaban haciendo like segunda, güey. Like uno le echaba el otro acá atrás, you know. And so mind you, it is Mother's Day. Like so, like it's almost like you could have like a whole The Office scene there.
Yeah.
It's just like Mother's Day. There were like the cameras fixated on the banner that they had up, and you could just like scroll over. You're supposed to just blasting.
That's what we should have done, because we did record like a lot of them just like fucking around.
Yeah,
but we should have done that. We just like Happy Mother's Day. It's like las señoras over there like
yeah, la mamá. Yeah, the mamá nomás estaba así. She's like, oh, no me gusta cuando hacen eso. She was telling me because she was right next to me. She was like, I don't remember exactly what she said. I'll just repeat it in English. But she was basically saying in Spanish like. She was like, they did this last time too. Like, she's like, en el bautizo de mi, del José. Like, lo hicieron también. Like, well, I was like, poor lady, bro. Like, they always do this. Like yo nomás quería mi mole.
No, and then I thought he was kidding, because we finished the gig, right?
Yeah,
and then we still stayed to eat, but I went to the van to put on my instrument, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were joking. Oh, no, I think they were serious. They're like, well, coman y luego nos sacan el mariachi loco. And we're like, no mames, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But I went to put up my bass, and one of the guys was walking towards me, I guess. And he was like, no, se van. Like, ¿en serio no van a tocar o no a comer? I was like, no me han dicho nada. And he was like, no, está bien. He's like, bueno, ahorita vengo. Voy por una más potente. And I was like, what? And then sure enough, he comes back with like a fucking, I don't know what that is, a rifle?
I think they were like AR-15s.
Yeah, and I was like, what? You know, like, you guys are gonna shoot this, bro? Y el vato is like, ¿qué tiene, güey?
Yeah, like they were like basically bringing them out. Like they had a whole militia in there or some shit. Like they started with the little ones y luego salen las grandotas.
Yeah, bro, pero si yo saco de onda, it's like, bueno, ahorita vengo, voy a poner una más potente. And like, okay. And then sure enough, he comes back, he's like,
es como camarada, güey, because he was like, don't come back to the gig.
Yeah, right.
Because by the time we went, I went back to eat, like we went because they were getting us tacos or whatever. And then I look over, and it's like, un charro? What the fuck? Because you can see like los galas. It's our trumpet players just over there like, like waiting his whole fucking life to shoot an AR-15. Yeah, dude, it was just like, well, let's get home safe. You know, just like, Man, this is a crazy
It
situation.
didn't make me nervous because they were shooting like really close to like a tree.
Yeah, dude.
You
Like,
know, because at least I'll give them
Yeah.
that they were shooting to the ground. Like as
Yeah.
excited as they were like, you
they're
know,
being responsible.
yeah, I guess. You know,
I mean,
But-
ultimately, not really. Like, it's like this isn't something you could technically do like in another state. I guess like in Texas, it's just like
or you call the
casual
police.
Friday.
They're gonna get here like in 5 hours, bro.
Sí,
like in
güey,
fucking
being in the
Nacona.
middle of nowhere. Aquí llega un tornado first.
Yeah.
Like,
But
because they
they-
even had a little bomb shelter,
Yeah,
or like a
yeah,
little
yeah.
tornado shelter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, we're like at the movies, way.
Like,
Yeah.
por eso tienen vacas, güey, porque la carne se echa a perder. Like, cuando llegan, you know?
Fuck. Chingon, they slaughter their own cows.
Yeah, bro, but... Yeah, and then our trumpet players, los más loquitos, they were like...
Los más
they were like,
loquitos.
can I do it?
I want to try.
El Arturo, güey, like blinking or two, was like... "Ka, ka, ka."
He's like one of those that like he's trying out the gun and he's like, because he's too scared to look.
Yeah, bro. Okay, se le va la mano, he's like... "Ka."
Oh, see, where like with the shotgun, he's just like,
You know what's
"Some
funny too, bro?
frentón."
What are those called? It's like a big ass go-kart.
A big ass what?
Go-kart. But it's not.
A big ass go kart.
See, güey, the one that the kids were getting on?
Oh, they had a 4-wheeler, like a big ass 4-wheeler, like the big ones. Yeah.
And it's funny because all the kids were getting on,
Yeah.
right? Because they were like, I guess they were going to take a trip somewhere.
Yeah,
you know?
eran todos los primos.
Yeah,
todos los
güey.
primos se subieron al carrillo, güey.
Yeah,
which
they
is
were
like,
about
look-
to, they were
we
about to
look back.
take off. And so one of the guys that was shooting it, like, they saw him. Like, he's like, hey, like, he went to go get him. Like,
Hey, ¿qué chingados están haciendo? ¿Qué sabe qué?
yeah, like, hey, like, it sounded like he was like, don't be doing this shit. Like,
Yeah.
don't, like, it's so responsible to drive. No, come inside and shoot this gun, you know, because then they got the kids to like start shooting.
Yeah, dude, the kids were shooting too. Yeah. So I remember thinking like, damn. So like, you can shoot a gun, but you can't drive a car. He's like, what do you don't have your license?
Yeah.
It's all like, that's where they draw the line. Like fucking guns and driving without a license.
No,
So
man,
mamadas, güey.
and that's where I got nervous. I'm like, you're giving kids fucking guns, bro. Y el niño trying to know, he's like, "Ka, ka, ka."
For real, that little kid was fucking iPadding just 10 minutes ago, and you're trusting this Subway Surfer kid with the freaking 9mm. Like, nah. Like, don't get me wrong, the family was cool. Like, they were cool.
Yeah.
Like, nos dieron de comer, estaban buena onda. They gave us waters throughout the gig. Like, but again, like, for being the start of Mother's Day, I was like, damn, so it can only go up from here, you know? Like, starting out with a bang. So it was a little wild, but I mean, it was fun. It was like one of those experiences where it's just like, it's just, again, it's like last week's prompt. It's like, how did I get here? Like, how the fuck did we? I was like, poor lady, like she just wanted her little
Yeah.
serenade. Because they even surprised her. Like she walked in, like, not blindfolded, but I think they didn't tell her about the party.
Yeah, it was a
She walked
surprise.
in, we're like, dun, dun, dun. We started little mañanitas or whatever. But, and there was a big switch up because the performance right after, we went from like that crazy ass party with guns and everything. We went to like a graduation party,
Yeah.
which got me thinking. I was like, I forget that. Yeah, like so we always say Cinco de Mayo, we always say Mother's Day,
Yeah.
but both of those things happen at the same time as graduations. This is
Yeah.
like the time where a lot of people will hire us for graduations, and at the end of the month, it's gonna be high school graduation. Right now, it was like mostly college. Like we played at a couple this time.
It was graduation week too,
That's what I'm saying.
specifically.
So that's around the time that we get all the college, los graduados, and then we'll get some like at the end of the month, like for high school, maybe, you know. Pero yeah, I forget that's another reason a lot of people get work, and that's why we went to this backyard gig, and it was already towards the end because we got there a little late. I think it was originally scheduled like 10 to 11,
Yeah.
which is like super early or super late for those kind of parties. Porque allí se miraba que la graduada era like she had her high school friends there or like her college friends, whoever it was. I couldn't tell how old she was or what she graduated from, but like she just had like her friends there, some family, and that's where you get to like a gig where it's like a total 180 because like puro pinche rep. At the first gig with the ranch with all these people like puros corridos and this and that, anything to get you hype, and then we get to the other gig and you could just tell that they looked up. Top 5 mariachi. They were on TikTok. They were like top 5 mariachi songs to ask for at a party, and it's like we started playing Cerito Lindo. I know that they do that whenever they ask for Jarabe Tapatío because it's almost nobody knows that it's the name of that track. They just, like it's the Mexican hat dancing, or it's the song that goes and that's it. So when people start asking for that, I'm like, and they're holding their phone, and they're like, it's like they always have the brightness all the way up. I'm just like, I know what you're doing.
Suspicious.
Yeah, it's very suspicious. So they start pulling up stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, you guys are just
Yeah, you could tell it was like Vargas like top list.
Their top 10 songs.
It was like Malagueña.
Son de la Negra.
Yeah.
Cielito Lindo. And again, Jarabe Tapatío. So I was like,
yeah.
I feel
and
like
they kept going like back and forth because they're like, no, pues tú pide una. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, no, tú. Like, no.
And that's usually something they do too, right? Because they'll ask them, ¿cuál quieren? And then like that one lady, even like la jefita or whoever like hired us.
Yeah.
No, pues ¿cuál quieren ustedes? Ustedes pidan la que quieran. I was like, no, pues tú pidan. Like nobody wants to fucking ask for anything.
Because nobody knew anything.
Yeah, so then they're just like, no, pues ahí toquen algo que les haga bonito. I was like, what does that mean? What you
didn't like the last one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just fight the client. Fucking RKO.
They had a big ass dog though. You see that?
Which one? Like yeah, the freaking
like
wolf dog.
Like a fucking polar bear.
Sí, güey. Se miraba amable.
Yeah, we have to go home.
Se miraba todo dar el cabrón.
He was having a good time.
Yeah. But to go from that gig to that gig, it was kind of like, oof, like this is a big... It almost felt like a letdown. Because, yeah, we kind of ruined the vibe, too. Like, they were playing, the DJ was playing or whatever. We pull up, and it's like... We started with La Negra, right? We're like, chin, churrin, churrin, churrin. Yeah, so it was all right. But that's how we kind of got started. And then the next gig was playing at Los Molcajetes, which is here for, like, the owner or some shit. They had, like, their little norteño banda and stuff like that. And then we come in with, again... No, they wanted us to start with something.
¿Qué falta me hace mi padre?
¿Qué falta me hace mi padre? Yeah. So, that's not necessarily a song you... Mother's Day weekend. Okay? They were like, no, entren tocando esa. Okay. Pero es agüita. You know, it's a sad song. They're like...
The song itself says it.
Yeah, por eso digo.
Yeah.
So, like, coming in with that is kind of like the opposite of a serenade. It's more of like a...
It's like, you still miss your dad, bro? Fucking loser.
So we started playing that, and everybody's like, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody like with their like drink. They're like,
yeah. Little martinis. It picked up though.
It picked up after, yeah.
Because they were, if you've seen footage, like our boss himself was out there.
Oh yeah, that's where he was. Somehow again, Arturo ends up behind a bar with the cowboy hat on.
Yeah,
it's just like I think he has a way with people. He just has a way to just kind of like. I think we've said this before, but it's like he has a way to like connect with people in a way that like I feel like I could never. Like if I was singing that song, you know, it was a good example of that. Like Ivan was there. Shout out to Ivan. He came to help us out on guitar, and he sings very well. Like canta bien, you know, he knows rep, and if he doesn't, at least he'll pull it up and play or whatever. Pero he's a very nervous guy. Like es como quiet. I wouldn't say nervous. Like he's a quiet guy. Like
serio, no?
Like when he talks to us, también como que todavía tiene. I mean, almost like no pena, but like
reservado.
Yeah, because like he'll tell a joke, and then like we don't get it, and he's like, never mind. and then like se pone todo rojo, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, bro. I was like,
say it again.
Yeah, say it again. Maybe I'll get it this time. But yeah, it's muy serio. It's muy serio. Okay. So when he's up there, and he for that gig specifically, like the difference between like a guy like Ivan, he can sing good. He's like a choir guy. He knows about melodies and harmonies and all that, like very technical. So like he'll go up to sing something or whatever. But like I know that if I was singing and like somebody told me something like, nah, pues cántale or whatever, or like just anything, bro, anything, I feel like I would just be, I would want to like just get into my show.
Yeah.
Fetal position, because it's like, oh, you can hear me, like, oh, you can see me. So like with some people you can tell, because like I happen to do the same thing, but like my ears get red if I get like a little nervous, or if they have like your condition where you just get red.
Condition?
Yeah, como tú estás güerito, güey. Like, so you get all red, like from like even from like your neck and shit. So like I can see that from like the back. If he were to go up there and sing and then he gets nervous, está todo rojo o se regresa and he's all like red, I'm like, bitch. Nah. No, it's just kidding. No, but he just comes back and I'm like, oh, was he got like nervous or, you know, or like, you know, whatever. And then Arturo is just like, don't tell him to say something, and he's just like, it's just like they're crazy. The client, he'll just like take it up a notch, and he's just like fine. So again, like that's the way that Arturo's able to connect with people. Like he'll go up. He started singing that song. It was I forgot what song it was, but he ends up like they put him behind the bar. I was like, that would never happen to me. You know, I would have been like, me? Like, you want me over there? He ends up back there. He's singing with someone. Someone puts a cowboy hat on him, and that's how he gets like those interactions because he's good at that. Like I couldn't. Yo, ya me hubiera miedo, güey. Todo aquí, güey.
He has charisma, bro.
See, he's got aura. The kids have. That's what the kids call it.
Is that what that is now? Because I thought it was Riz. No, Riz
charisma?
Is
he's not trying to talk to them like that. That's what Riz is you have like it used to be called the juice. When you had the juice, bro.
The juice?
You had the juice.
I missed that one.
Yeah, that's back when I was in college.
Because wasn't there like sauce too?
También. Sauce lasts a little bit longer though. It's more like aura now. Juice was more like temporary.
Shut up.
No, I'm telling you, I'm about to explain.
You lost me, bro.
Yeah,
You're like doing this. I'm like, no.
It's like, es que hay niveles, güey.
The way you explained it, like, so fucking, like, hábil. Like,
see, it's a whole pyramid. Yeah. Yes, arriba is, I guess, the new one, aura. Anyway, but yeah, he's just good at connecting with people like that. So, like, at that restaurant, we played it. It was, like, for the owner or whatever. All I know is the whole time I was paying attention, I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to the table. You see all those wings that nobody was eating?
No.
You didn't see all the wings? And with the pizza?
Where's pizza?
Nah, wait, I guess I'm just fat. Because like that's all I can think
you're
about.
talking about the on the left?
Yeah.
The long table.
Right in front of us. There was a fucking table full of wings.
Yeah.
I remember just thinking like, damn, pues, es que los van a tirar. Like, I was like, let me just get a 12 piece.
Did you take some?
No, they just told us to leave. They don't say, no quieren comer? I would have been like
no,
yeah.
chamo.
Yeah, exactly. But they didn't say anything, so I was like, nah, pues, como huevito en la casa. Like,
Huevito?
Yeah, güey. But yeah, the whole time I was just, because you could smell them too, bro. It was like a combination of buffalo and like barbecue. I remember thinking like, damn, those would hit right now. I'm like, I'll tell the clients like, never had those before.
It's like, ¿quieren agua? I'm like, unas alitas. You know? Like,
never tried those before. My mom lets me try those. My mom said that.
Ya no me pican.
Yeah, que no me pica. Yeah, wish I had some. Like I can't keep throwing hints, bro. Ayúdame, cabrón.
I haven't eaten. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
No, pues ni modo. No me dieron, güey.
Can I have some?
And by then I was already tired because this is barely like Friday. Yeah, this is Friday. Going into Saturday, I remember just being like, fuck, man, like, okay, we're starting early, right?
It was unplanned too, because we didn't have that one. Because we went from Nakona, which is
I forgot about that.
like northwest of Fort Worth and west of Denton, right?
Yeah. It was like, yeah, we weren't supposed to because that's why we left our cars in a certain place.
Yeah, so we drove 30 minutes from Aubrey to Denton. And then another 30, 40 minutes from Denton to Keller.
Yeah.
Right? So that's more than an hour's worth. De que te subes a los carros, you know, y que te arregles. So we got to Keller like a little late.
Yeah, it was already late. I mean, on the calendar, it said we were supposed to play from 12 to 1, like midnight to 1, but it was later.
We didn't get there at 12, I mean.
Yeah, it was later. So in the end, like, it was already late. That's why, like, I told you guys, I was like, yeah, I'm a way because I'm tired, man. So like, I didn't wait for Arturo to come out. He was getting paid. I'm assuming.
Do you hear him?
No,
because you're leaving. Arturo was like, hey.
Oh no, was he walking back? Oh, I didn't see him.
He was like behind the van.
Oh,
and then you were around. He's like, hey, like, come back.
Yeah, I feel like culero. I must have driven like it was in a movie. Yeah, it's because I estaba cansado.
I was like,
so I was like. The next morning, we were supposed to meet up at 9 a.m. It's already like 2. I was el tiempo que llegue, me acueste, and then I got a shower the next morning. Because that's the thing too. Like I told you this. Like I'm a night shower. I like to shower at night, para dormir a gusto. And these days I had a shower in the morning. 1, because I didn't have time, and then 2, because I feel like the shower helps you wake up a little bit. Yeah. Because pues te prende algo.
That's why I'm a morning shower. Like.
Yeah, I guess. So. Yeah, you wake up a little bit earlier, so that makes sense. So the whole time I was like, all right, well, tomorrow morning, vamos a empezar temprano. We're going to meet up early. The first gig was a serenade, que casi no se hizo.
Yeah.
Casi no se hizo because I still don't know exactly what this guy's plan was.
It's because I think the guy that booked it it's not even wasn't even in town. He was in Austin.
He was in Austin,
right?
Yeah.
So he booked like una serenata for his mom.
I'm assuming there was another lady there. Was
Yeah.
that his wife or girl or sister?
I don't know, man. I don't judge, But I think, he's like, this is a good idea. Like, I'll surprise him, Okay. Que esto que el otro. But he didn't tell anyone in the house.
You didn't tell
Porque
anybody.
whoever was in the house was like, like the mom, the dad, some girl who's either the daughter of the parents or the wife of the guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there was some little girl, which I'm guessing is the daughter of the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And okay,
Mas. And then the daughter of
La mamá.
La mamá. They were all there.
I forgot where I was going. Point is, no one in the house knew what was gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So we got there. O sea,
Ring the doorbell.
yeah. And sure enough, like this guy comes out and he's like, "Identifícate," he just because he's so thrown off. Like, why are you ringing my house at this like morning hour?
It wasn't that early, but like I remember when we pulled up because this is the first gig.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking it's early, so no va a ser fiesta. This has to be like one of those serenades where we're either waking someone up or like playing, and they're barely like moving around in the house.
It was like at 10 a.m. No.
Yeah, it was. No. No, sí, eran las 10. Pero we caught him sleeping.
Yeah.
Because I told you.
Because it's a Saturday morning.
Arturo was like, hey, wait, I can't get a hold of this client. And I'm like, no, pues ya que. So we're just standing there in the front yard, like those looking all dapper, because we're all dressed up. And like people passing by, just look like, what the fuck? Like Mexicans. Yeah. And then, so we rang the doorbell, but then I saw the porch light on. And I told you, I was like, that's how you know me and my wife are sleeping. Because if the porch light is on, that means we're not up.
Yeah.
So I was like, the porch light's on. So I bet you these fools are asleep. So this guy like rings back. He talks on the ring because it's a ring camera.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, ¿quién son?
Yeah.
Like, Roberto? Que se llamaba Roberto. I remember.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, no, he eventually comes out and he talks to Arturo and he's like, no, pues that's my son. And he is in Austin. And we're like, pues.
Wait, told us to come here, bro.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I didn't tell y'all to fucking come here. Because I'd be the same way. Like, if I was the dad, I was like, let's talk to him. What the fuck? Like, I didn't order this. Like, now my wife is going to expect things like this, Why would you do this,
Yeah.
So.
Because he was like, no, pues pásale entonces. And Arturo was like,
yeah.
Well, ¿si los van a pagar?
Yeah, a good thing he asked.
Yeah. He's like, no, pues yo no sé, o sea, si que pues que les pague mi señora. I was like, hola, verga, este vato.
Ese güey sí se de los de antes, güey.
Like, señor.
Ese güey is like the guys that I think I saw like a meme like that. It was like, all right, guys. Oh shit, how's it go? It was like Happy Mother's Day. It was like, so you let your wife sleep in for like one more hour before you tell her what's for breakfast.
Yeah, bro.
Era ese vato.
It's like cuando su esposa se enferma, es like, no, es que tienes que combatir la enfermedad, o sea, la tienes que engañar, o sea, que no te sientas mal. Haz cosas, hazme de comer. Limpia la casa.
Es que te tienes que mover.
You ever heard that? That shit's so funny, bro.
Well, that's what I imagine with this guy.
Yeah, bro.
He's like, no, pues si ella quiere serenata que lo pague. Fuck, bro. That's fucked up. But it's funny. I know. But it's funny, too, because I told you, he didn't know what to do. Because he was just like, because we put us in the living room. We're all just standing around.
You can tell he's the type, too, that he probably, like, makes the bread, but, like, the one that makes the decisions is his wife. Because we're telling him, like, ¿dónde empezamos? And he's like, ahorita vengo.
He left.
He's like, venga.
Because he was like, voy a ver qué quieren esas señoras. I'm like, shit, it's a surprise.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
We don't want their opinion. The point is to play for them.
Yeah, he came back. He's like, no, que toquen afuera, Like, ¿cuál quieren? Like, ¿cuál quieren? Ahorita vengo. Like, wait.
Yeah, there were so many points. We were like, what do we do? What do you wanted us to do? So like, he put us in the bag next to the pool, which I was like, oh, chingón. ¿Tienen pool?
Yeah.
I was like, invita. Yeah, we're just standing out there and we're literally just like processing, like, so what do we do? Arturo's like, no, we'll just play like Mañanitas and then we'll leave. Because, yeah, at the same time, you don't want to play the serenade and then no pagan, you know, because then we're out. And yeah, I mean, we didn't have somewhere to go right at that second. So, but it was like, well, we're already here.
Yeah.
So the guy comes out, sale la señora, parece como que se acaba de bañar because like her hair was wet.
She was.
Yeah, and salió la otra, and which I think the guy even was like, no, pues denle, like, ya que.
Yeah, bro.
So
yeah, thinking about it, this guy was a whole trip, man, because like, una canción, he's like, said, like, I forgot what he said, but se cuenta, like, he just said, like, 4 meses, like, and they're like, all right, it's like, pues qué, eso me gusta a mí. Dijeron que
like,
pida.
Sé que no es de, pues, de las madres, pero pues a mí me gusta.
He was like, what?
Bro was like, pues tengo mariachi, pues que salga el repertorio, güey, ya que. Yeah, so I did remember that. It was like towards the end, right? Yeah. So we did like our little show, serenade, whatever, for the moms or whatever. And yeah, pues al final, quieren unos aguas, pues si quieres deme la tarjeta. We gave them the card. And we walked out. I was just like, I remember just thinking like on the way to the van, like, the fuck was that? Because like the whole time I'm just thinking like, should we have even done this? And then I remember thinking like, the guy's gonna send a Venmo request to the son. Because Arturo was like, pues al final nos pagó el señor. And I told him too, I was like, well, that's the thing, like, he's kind of in a bad position because he's like, they just played. If I'm the dad, if I'm that viejito guy, they just played or whatever. And like, pues yo como estoy casado, I know, you're right. But it's like, if he tells his wife, no, pues no los pagué. I was like, no les vas a pagar. Like, so, like now he looks bad. He's like, so you're not going to pay for like this.
I can imagine he's like, he calls like his son and like, no le contesta. Like the voice was like, mira hijo de tu puta madre.
Mira bien hijo de tu puta madre. Oh yeah, I can totally see that too. That's what I'm saying. So we're just like, all right, well, surprise.
I can imagine too, like the guy wakes up like in Austin.
For real, because we never got a hold of him, like at all. So like we contacted him and Arturo said he could never. So I don't know what the fuck happened there, but we got paid.
Like, imagine he wakes up, it's like, yeah, like they got it, you know? And like he calls his dad, like, ¿Dos cómo les fue? Like, hijo de tu puta madre, like, soy bien cabrón, like, me debes $500, you know? Like what?
He's gonna send a friend request, a freaking Venmo request. Yeah. He's like, for Mariachi. Me los mandas. Pero ahorita, por el Western Union. No, yeah, and then so we finished that. So it was early in the morning. We went to a cemetery. That was like the only sad gig we went to, where it was like we played for a cemetery.
Like, damn, who died?
And you're like, oh shit. No, yeah, we played. Stupid ass. Damn, who died?
No. Like here is where I guess I show my appreciation towards Arturo, because he knows I'm sensitive to the light.
What a bitch.
So like he was telling me like, hey, wait, like we're going to the cemetery, wait. He's like, let's go to QT, like compras like sunscreen.
Yeah, buy a sunscreen. Yeah.
I was like, QT? Yeah, I'm down for QT. You know? And then I went to QT and I asked like the cashier because I couldn't find it. And they were like, you have sunscreens? Like, no, we don't sell sunscreens. I'm like, damn, ya me jodí, güey.
Did we go to QT first?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the only reason we went to QT.
So that's why we went to, what was it, a Walgreens? CVS? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah,
they should have.
Yeah, so I was like, no, ya me jodí, güey. And then I told Arturo, I was like, no tienen. He's like, okay. Pues vamos con una Walgreens CVS. I was like, damn, bro. Yeah. We're going to all these places for me?
Yeah, bro. It was literally just for you because Arturo doesn't need sunscreen. I mean,
he makes his own.
Yeah, and like if I get burned, like usually I'll be like a little dark for a little bit, but like I kind of like come back pretty quick. So it was mostly for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
todo
so
delicado.
we went. And I asked our violinist, like, so what's a good sunscreen? Because I don't know about that.
Oh, you talked to someone in there?
No, I called our violinist.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, so what's a good sunscreen? She's
Oh,
like,
you know, this is because
yeah, and she's like, oh no, like I forgot what I got, but I got it right. And I don't know about this shit, bro. Like, so I just put it. I was like, huevo, you know. No cancer here, bitch. You know?
Yeah,
like,
te lo estabas echando por todo.
Sí, and then we get off the van. Before that, fucking Arturo, he was parking like next to like a cone.
Cool.
And I was like, hey, wait, I was gonna. No,
El
I was
cono?
gonna. Fuck. Hear this? Yeah, I was like, hey, wait, I was gonna conquer.
Yeah, we're all in the van like, what the fuck was that?
I was like, nada, ya la agarraste. But I didn't think it was that bad because when I got off, like, the wheel was on the base of the car.
Estaba todo cuachado. I was like, Arturo, he's like, pues, ¿para qué la ponen ahí, güey?
For that reason,
Fucking
güey.
And then we left it like that for an hour. Like, you didn't even think like, oh yeah, I should probably back the van up. Like, no, we just fucking left it like that. The people in the cemetery are just like, fuck, dude. Yeah, you're like, I'm at a funeral right now. I can't go there and beat your ass.
But then I go to the van and look at, because I passed the sunscreen around.
I forgot that. This dumbass passes the sunscreen. And
how am I a dumbass?
Okay, because look, I didn't need it. I didn't need sunscreen. But then you, being generous, you're like, does anybody, because you were in the front, right? You're like, does anybody need sunscreen? And I'm just sitting there thinking, I was like, I mean, I never wear sunscreen. I was like, let me just be responsible, I guess, for once. I'm like, because I mean, this is my wife's fault too. She's like, yeah, I should put on sunscreen when I go play in the sun. I was like, I like to suffer. Like, what the fuck? Pero, yeah, so you're passing the sunscreen. I'm just looking at you. I was like, chance some matter, fuck it. So I got like a dollop of the white stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, pues igual que tú. I was like, okay, me echar un pedacito. Y bien, güey, me lo eché bien, güey. I was like, all the crevices. I was like, even aquí los ojeras, güey. Hasta behind my ears, güey. Hasta on my chest, güey. Me lo puse aquí. I was like, okay, yeah. Como si fuera vapor rub. And then, ¿y lo que?
Bro, I just looked at you like that. Like, I don't know.
Because we
Like,
both, no, wait. Because first it started like, they said to you, they were like, wait, te miras todo blanco. And then you looked at me and you're like, I was like, what? I was like, what y'all looking at?
no me sé acordar. Está todo mequeado.
Damn, like someone missed, bro. Es que sí, güey. Es que los dos teníamos pues, blanco por donde quiera, güey.
We look like we could be like in the Addams Family or like in Twilight.
In Twilight, you
We
look
just
like
look so pale. Like we had no circulation in our faces.
it just looked like a girl that's like trying makeup for the first time and she doesn't know the right foundation color. So it's just like fucking white as fuck. Y yo todo prieto,
güey. Lo fucking brown right here, like en el cuello.
Por eso. It's like, la prieta que no sabía su color, güey. It's like, come on, be honest.
Look at me and look at you, man.
So we were both staring at each other. He was laughing at me. I was laughing at him. I was like, damn. I was like, do I really? And then apparently too, it's because like our facial hair, like the tips had all this white shit on there. Looked like we aged like 100 years. Hey, no mames, we're about to go play at this funeral, like trying to be serious. Because we're just at the van, like, they're over here in mourning.
They're over here like, no mames,
no, I just realized they're in mourning. And they look over at the van. And Arturo's running over. They're sitting there like,
and then what's that sound?
I didn't think of it. Yeah, I could just imagine they're all like aguitados, güey. Y luego ya ves que you know how we're always blasting music?
No me ponen cuatro, el culo me mama.
Like the van's pulling up, like, what's that song y'all always fucking play? Like, tengo ganas de unas caguamas.
Other like, quisiera que cuando llueva.
Llega la van, güey, no mames. So I didn't think about that. Yeah, I could just imagine like everybody just sitting there like todo aguitados, güey. Like, ¿dónde está el mariachi? No, pues dicen que vayan. We're like, what's up, baby? And then we're just laughing at each other because of the sunscreen. Like,
yeah, bro.
This one is madre.
And like funerals are pretty quiet, bro. So you
they're
can
quiet
hear,
as
like,
fuck,
everything.
dude. So like I just when we walked in, we finally like started playing, and again they're in mourning, so like it's really bad that we're laughing. But Like we stand there, it's quiet as fuck. You don't hear anything. Like literally just those mariachis. Like it's if you ever played at a cemetery, cemetery too, nobody claps for the songs.
Yeah.
Like it's just like dun dun, and everybody just stays sad.
Like alguna más que quieren escuchar.
Yeah, even Arturo puts on his like serious face or serious voice. It's just like no, pues si quieren una canción, ahí nos dejan avisar y aquí la tocamos por ustedes. Vamos con it's like the next song or whatever, but it's all like serious.
Yeah.
It's basically what he says, like all happy, but like he says it's sad.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was the only one that was like kind of sad. But again, like the whole time I just and then you too, you would just look over at me like during the gig. You're like dumbass. Like we just both like just looked really bad.
I think we just weren't supposed to put so much of it.
Yeah. Well, now we know. Yeah. I told you too. I was like, I think I'm pretty sure, like, because girls wear a lot of sunscreen. Like, it's like not really a guy thing. I think to buy like sunscreen.
Or what Linus was telling us that it's in their makeup.
Oh, there you go. So like for us, like we just go and brave the elements, I guess. So like when I think you bought like the one para ir a la alberca, like that's strong, but we're not. Like we looked like we were about to go to a pool.
Like, what are you doing to? Nah, ¿por qué?
Except we showed up like todo pinche for gigs, wait. But yeah, I ended up taking mine out like with some water. I was just like fucking getting napkins, trying to wipe that shit off, dude. I was like, no, Bob.
Well, at least you don't have cancer, bro. Maybe I saw it was so many clouds.
Yeah, it was cloudy as fuck. So we didn't even need that shit. Like the whole time, estaba nice and cloudy.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, salía el sol, and he's like, "¿Pa qué, güey? ¿Pa qué te echas, güey?"
Soy pendejo.
Por eso, güey, it was funny. It was pinche desmadre, güey. Fuck, dude. So we did that. We went to Dallas for an hour. We went to.
Ahora con los chicanos, ¿no?
Yeah, we played for some Chicanos. This is where we showed up. We played in the front yard. They were like Mexicans, but they started speaking English the whole time. So I was like, this feels kind of like when I used to play in Central Texas. Like it feels like one of those gigs. The lady was 90 years old, right? They kept saying.
Yeah.
Era cumpleaños de ella. Era cumpleaños, but it was also like a Mother's Day thing. And because we hadn't eaten all that much.
Yeah.
So Paco going in, he's like, aquí sí hay tacos, aquí van a comer charros, aquí va a haber comida.
Yeah.
So the whole time I remember thinking like, oh, okay. And then the lady, like she announces to the whole party, los taqueros se van a las 5, se van a eat. So if y'all are going to eat, go eat.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, we finish at 5, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure enough, like when we finished, like they were all packed up and I was like, mis tacos. Yeah, so we didn't get shit there, bro. And then we were kind of on grass too. I didn't like playing there because like anytime that we're on, I told you, uneven ground, it kind of sucks because like it makes you, especially since this whole week, and para andar en puro botín, and the whole time you're just kind of like always playing it either on rocks or regular shit or a sidewalk. Like te cansas, güey. Me cansé un chingo. But we played that one. We went to Decatur. We played it was just like for moms too. The kids were playing catch or whatever. That was pretty normal.
Oh yeah.
They just basically asked for like, he did ask for some rep. I think he really liked Antonio Aguilar.
Yeah.
He asked a couple of his like not so popular tracks, and ahí las sacamos. Mira huevo, ¿verdad? Pero sí salieron. We had a 2-hour gig in Grand Prairie. What was that?
Shit.
Eran 2 horas. Oh, it was the one inside the house. The guy from Burros.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a client that we've seen in the past. Well, he's gone to the restaurant or the chamba or whatever. Pretty normal gig. 2 hours. De volada. Yeah, cobrar caro. And then we finished off the night on Saturday with the El Amor de Mi Vida gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just played the 2 hours that they wanted or whatever. And yeah, I was done. And we hadn't eaten all day, dude. So that's what I was saying. Like Arturo had like put all the gigs like right back to back to back to back. And so we only had the time to get to the gig, essentially.
Yeah.
And then there at the end, too, like I told you, those clients kind of pissed me off, like with their little comments and stuff like that. So, like, during the last hour, like, I was already tired, estaba desanimado, and the whole time I just remember thinking, like, I just want to get out of here, bro. So when we finally finished that gig, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, chingamos. And then they kind of, I guess I had, like, a little bit of a grudge against them because I was hearing all that shit. So, like, when they were like, no, si quieren comer, I was like, nah, fuck your food. Like, that's how I felt, like, afterwards. So I just, like, left. And then like Boyo and Paco came back with tostadas de ceviche. So I was like, damn, I probably should have stayed around. I should have stuck around. I was like, because I was starving, dude, and no había comido nada, man. So I remember just being like, no, pues, ni modo. Como un huevito en la casa.
Otra vez.
Otra vez. Yeah. For real, right? I didn't realize. So that was our Saturday. Going into Sunday, it was kind of, again, the same thing. I noticed that we didn't do more than like 2 serenades. Like, I see a lot of people posting about them, like, going out to play at serenades and stuff like that. And that's kind of how we started, like, eran puras serenatas. I remember we used to wake up, like, at 4 or 5 in the morning, like, to go to them. Like, and we talked about that. I was like, who would want to serenade that early? Like, if I'm a mom, like, trabajo toda la semana, taking care of the kids and everything, pa' acabarla me hace despertar a las 5 de la mañana.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Like, it's a day where you're like, no, jefa, ¿sabe qué? Like, es su día. Like, no lave los trastes. Lave los mañana.
Lave los mañana. Forgot about that one. He's like, yeah, you just delayed it. No pedo.
No, but yeah, no mames.
Like, we respect him. Going into the next day, we started early también. So I didn't sleep. Well, what day was it that I only slept 2 hours? Because I posted about it because it was only 2 hours that I slept. Oh, was it that night or the night before? I don't remember, but I have a sleep machine, and the sleep machine, as soon as you turn it on, it starts to time it, and it tries to see how much you use the machine. And I'm supposed to be using it like 4 hours a night, technically. So when I turned it off, and that thing told me 2 hours 48 minutes, I was like, damn, like, estoy inacabado, güey. Like, because the next morning, I remember just being like tired. Like,
I think that was Saturday to Sunday.
Well, the whole time I just remember thinking like, damn, is this shit even worth it, bro? What the fuck? But just again, like, it kind of shows the level of commitment that you have to have for like this kind of process, especially on these days, like Mother's Day specifically. So running on 2 hours and 48 minutes. The next morning, I was mostly running off of Red Bulls, and it got to the point where, like, because I've been drinking sugar-free Red Bulls, but I was just like, nah, bro, I need that real shit. Like, I bought a cookie, I bought like a brownie, like, I just thought something to like give me that little bit of boost, and it helped.
Yeah,
right, poquito, but not to the extent that I wanted it to. Because yeah, like the whole time I just remember thinking towards the end, especially like on Sunday, like I just remember thinking like, dude, I'm tired.
Half the time, why I don't remember too, a lot of it is because, well, for one, I forgot to say I came like straight out of finals.
I forgot about that. A lot of people talked about that.
I had like a whole week of like finals, and I had to do like not just finals but like projects and shit. Where I barely made it on Friday, so like I think I woke up like at 10. I was doing like all this shit, and then as soon as I finished, I went to work on Friday, right? And the day before that, like I wake up early to go to school in Denton.
Yeah.
But the other reason too is like I kept like taking naps in the van. I don't know if you ever look back, but no, if you ever look back, bro, like, fuck, I guess this is another it's a con of being tall because in the seats in the van, bro, I can't ever be like I was. So like I'm always like this, like with my knees just fucking
up
here, and then when I'm trying to like it's like this chair.
Yeah, like where it stands like straight up.
So I'm just fucking like.
Yeah, you're like slumped over. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why like I'm trying to remember like what happened, but I'm like fuck.
Yeah, another part of that this week that I told you that I kind of like noticed was since every gig, because we're still as mariachis, we're still regular people like outside of this. Like,
yeah,
mariachi is just like the thing we do like on the side, I guess. But like you're a student, I'm a teacher, and I changed like 4 different times in my car or in my truck this week. Like where like to the point where I had a whole closet like in my truck. Like,
I still have a bunch of hangers in my car.
Yeah, like so like the whole time I'm just like and the way that I have to change is like I have to lay my like seat all the way down, like me encuero way. I'm like if like someone walks by, like I'm getting reported, you know, because I'm like in mis chonchons way. Yeah. So I'm just like sitting there like trying to slide the pants over and like para llegar a cierto tiempo wherever it is that we're going. So like that's another element of that. It's just we're trying to, well, not us, but like our boss tries to put it at a time that he knows we're occupied. And so when he puts the time, I'm like, fuck, okay, so that means I got to do this just to get there, like on time and stuff. Especially like to Denton, man, you that go to UNT, like it's hard because apparently Denton is like the place to be right now, like chingo de gente, way. So yeah, that was like another element that I didn't really think about. Like not just like the sleeping or that, but just having to like again be on.
Yeah.
Like, and for you, like all these assignments and stuff like that. Like me too. Like all I had to do is send emails. Like people are still contacting me. Like, ¿Qué no sabes que ando en la chamba? Like, I was like, I just need to put a do not disturb. Like currently playing at somebody's party.
You can't do that. I've emailed like staff or like giving them like, hey, like so and so is on break, but he'll get back to you like on Monday. It's
Right.
like, yeah, pa' qué, chingón.
Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I'm gonna put like chambing right now.
Chambing.
So no me andes
Mind the
talking.
business.
Ando chambing, so don't be talking. So that basically like going into the next day, I knew that we had a pretty set schedule also. Especially because we went back to the Mexican. The Mexican is like that restaurant we've been playing at, the high-end Mexican restaurant, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's high-end Mexican, I guess. And we played there, and it was a 3-hour like commitment. So like they want us to play like it's a pretty like upscale place. I told you like when we walk in, everybody looks like just legit. Hasta las meseras, dude. Like not the meseras, the hosts. What are they called? Hostesses.
What's this? The ones that take you to like your table?
Yeah, like the ones at the front. Like even them, like they're dressed like to the nines. Like they have to look, I guess, just like official because they don't wear like a uniform, but they just wear like if they're I don't know, like gonna go out, like pero like
it's like out. Formal.
I guess you could say that, yeah. And so everybody there is dressed up. It's a high end kind of place. Apparently they were doing like a lunch brunch type deal. It was like from 12 to 3. And it's a 3-hour commitment, so we're just there playing and stuff like that. And then that morning, since we started with like a gig at 10 in the morning, which is like a backyard gig, we just played real quick. It was pretty easy. We played there. That morning, I didn't get any food or anything, so like, and I didn't eat breakfast. So I was starving. By the time we got to the Mexican, we played the 3 hours, and again, like, we take breaks and stuff like that, but there's never anywhere to sit. So like, because people are there, like fine dining and shit. So when we're like on break, we're just kind of standing around.
Yeah.
And like for me, like that's not a break. Like break, I gotta like sit down, you know, or like drink something. Like, like I asked the bartender, I was like, "Can I get a Diet Coke, please?" She's like, "Loser."
He's like, "Yeah, that'll be $20."
Sí, güey. No me los cobró. Una buena onda. So she just said, "Oh, here." I was like, she's like, "Ten." Just threw it at me. They gave us tacos. Those were pretty good. I just wanted food. Like I think by then, like I was eating blind. I was just like, I don't know what this is. Because one of them looked a little sus, but I was like, I don't give a fuck what it is, bro. Ya me lo chingo ahorita, güey.
I like the salsas from there.
Huh?
I like the salsas from there.
Dijeron que picaba? Ni picaba?
Well,
I mean, pica, but like, it's because my mom makes her salsas like she's mad.
Oh, yeah.
They're always like, yeah.
I like your mom's salsa.
Hey. No, yeah. She always makes extra because she knows that you're gonna take some. But yeah, she makes hers with as little tomato as possible. It's like literally just grounded up chile. And honestly, like that goes good with like certain things, like where it's just you're adding like
it gives it a good
spice.
texture, like
yeah, and it just is like a pure spice to whatever you're eating.
Yeah,
because it just elevates the flavor. There's no like tomato-y. Because like vas con los güeros, güey, and it's like water, tomato, salt, and they're like, oh, this shit's too spicy, bro. Like, it's como cuando vamos al Papacitos, güey, así son. Or like something
Taco Bell, bro.
Yeah. Right, fire salsa, and it's like, mames, güey. Esto se lo de un niño. The next day we played the Mexican for the 3 hours. And what se me hizo pesado because we played those 3 hours, and I was already like done.
Yeah.
Because granted, by then I had already played all those days like leading up. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now it's Sunday. Like, son chingas.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like, I mean, work. I don't think it was as heavy in the like past few months. Like the workload for like a weekend was like 3 hours, right? And then like las plantas.
Yeah.
But like going up here, like we did Cinco de Mayo, which was like a little heavy.
Está pesado este año. Yeah.
And then like Cimarome or like chambeamos, right, from that whole weekend, that whole week. And then we play like the 20 hours here. So like for me, like my fingers were starting to hurt.
Yeah, it was like the first time that I've heard you complain about your fingers. Yeah, like no, like for real, like you'll say like you get tired, pero así como that you're like, ow. Like you're to like the gig.
Yeah, bro.
Llegando a las serenatas, güey, or like llegando like to the last gigs and stuff like that. empezábamos, like, because we always come in with like mañanitas or something. So, like, especially for the very last one we did, it was like, dun, dun, ow.
See, like,
ow.
The worst part is always when, I guess, you get in the van and you kind of like cool down, right?
Yeah, I told you that,
And then you start to play again. For me, that first jalón, I'm like, verga. I'm like my fingers were all black too from like just making contact with the strings.
No, yeah, especially for like the because yours are copper.
No.
Or brass.
Yeah, they're copper.
Whatever it is, but it's like metal. So yeah, like every time you look at a guitarrón's fingers parece que no se vayan, güey, because it's just like
black. Mecánicos, güey.
Mecánicos. It's like before I got here, andaba fixing la Mazda, güey. Estaba en chinga.
Shit's in the trance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and for some reason on maybe I just noticed it because it was hurting more. But for some reason on Sunday they were asking for more songs like in E major, which for a guitarón player it's
fucking sucks for like.
On a normal day it's not a big problem, but like que está cansado, way, like they were asking what for like Yo No Fui. They were asking like that. ¿Cómo se llama la de Dime Cantinero?
Tres del Vaso.
Yeah.
Then they did that. Las dos y las tres.
Yeah. For some reason, like every song that was like in a key that would like even like songs in B flat for me, I was like, God damn, bro. Like, or like in A, just playing like A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E, like la boda with la coche, and I was just like, fuck, am I a bitch, bro? Like, because after a while, the more I played, the more I guess my fingers were giving out. So like you hear like a fucking buzz on like as I was pressing down like those F sharps or like the C sharps. I was like, no way, don't listen to me. Like,
this isn't me, bro.
Yeah.
I know I'm better than this. Yeah. No, es que se me hizo pesado, dude, because like we finished those 3 hours at the Mexican. At least like I got some food, like we got some rest. We drove all the way to the next gig. But that next gig was also 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I remember like thinking, but I didn't tell Arturo, but I was going to tell him like, hey, wait, I know that we're usually like really good and we could play 3 hours straight. But how about just this once? We take a little break, you know? Because like I don't mind. I'll play the 3 hours. I don't give a fuck. Arturo kind of like knows, what's the word? Like he got us used to that. Like if we played 3 straight hours, no hay pedo. Pero, like I think our violinists, like they used to play in California, and like other people have played in other cities, but like a break is almost like a norm, like in some other places.
Yeah.
So like for them, like they're like, oh, we do like 45-minute sets, and it's like a 15-minute break or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it. Or like they'll play 50 or whatever. Point is like they have a break with every hour.
Yeah.
And I've heard that like in San Antonio and Austin and whatever when I was down there. So like for me, like to play an hour straight is like the norm. If it's 2 hours, pues también. Every once in a while, a 3-hour gig will turn into a little break. So going into this one, I was thinking like, I should probably remind Arturo that we've played 1,000 hours and we're all a little tired. So how about, just a little breaky break.
He's like, I didn't know I hired bitches.
He's like, damn, I didn't know you guys were soft. What the fuck? No, but we played, but el client era el taquero from my wedding.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking, like, Paco, I'm like, aquí sí va a haber tacos, güey. Fuck yeah, let's go. Because my taquero, man, like, shout out to him, man. He came out to my wedding, and the reason I got him was because he has variety.
Yeah.
He has, like, 4 different meats.
Y están buenas todas.
Sí, güey. Y también las carnes que se traen están tan buenas.
Bitch.
No, yeah, but he makes, like, tortas, tacos, quesadillas. And then that day he was making burgers. I was like, I'm not one to get burgers all that much, but like when it's a Mexican burger, like a Mexican whooped it up, I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta give me some of that shit.
Yeah, bro. And then, I mean, I wasn't sad. I felt like a fat ass because, like el taquero was like, yeah, ¿qué quiero, joven? You know, like, pues la verdad todo se ve bueno, like, you know. He's like, pues,
ooh. Because he was a little chunky guy,
yeah, because tenemos tortas, quesadillas, tacos, aquí hay cabeza,
he's telling
pastor,
you the whole menu,
carne, yeah. And I was like, no, es que la verdad todo se ve bueno. You know, he's like, ¿le uno de cada una? I'm like, sí. And then he was just like, yeah, me echó como 6 tacos, ¿no?
Yeah, he gave you one of each one, yeah.
But in my fat ass, I was like, la hamburguesa, la quesadilla.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I want one of those too.
Yeah.
Did he give you a quesadilla too?
No, I didn't get it.
Just
I was getting full.
But he gave you a burger, no?
Oh, no. I went back for a burger.
Yeah. So, I mean, comiste bien.
Yeah,
Because Arturo was like, I want to take a break. I'm like, yes. Because he goes, el taquero was the one that was coming up to us. Like, si quieren puede tocar.
No, he was very cool, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, he brought us a bottle of tequila that was like this big.
yeah,
like, it was a
I was gonna
big
say
one.
that.
Yeah,
He was like, "Quieren algo chévere, tequila?" And he looked at me, he's like, "Here's tequila," and I'm like, "Serio?" And yeah, he came out with like this big. I thought it was a Powerade, but it was a fucking like tall ass drink.
yeah.
Like,
No,
okay.
pero es buena onda, you know.
Yeah.
So he was telling Arturo, hey, pues cuando quieran tomarse un break, coman y luego ya pueden tocar. So the whole time I'm just watching Arturo like,
Arturo's like, 10 minutos. I'm like, no, way, yeah, way. Like,
yeah, we're ready.
Ya no puedo, way.
No, but after he fed us too, like I felt a little bit more alive too. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't as bad as I thought. The reason why was because it was like a good little gig. Like it wasn't stressful. They were asking for music, but nothing like super crazy. Like everything was chill. And I like chill gigs like that because it makes 3 hours fly by a little bit faster. Like 3 horas, like at a funeral, that would never happen, right? But like there would be like the worst place because it's like, damn, way aquí todos aguitados, you can hear everything. And then actually that kind of brings me to the next gig. The next gig was the last gig of the day. It was the one at the backyard where I think we were like, it was for Mother's Day. They were having like a little get together. They had like a fire going and everything. Eran como todos los tíos y tías or whatever. But these must have been like the most nonchalant clients ever. Like they didn't even talk to each other. So like when we walked in, it was when we got to the party, I remember thinking like, es aquí, güey? Like, cause it's quiet. You don't hear anything, like anything. So as soon as we pulled in with like las mañanitas or whatever. It's the last gig of the day, man. We're all tired. We're all just like home stretch, baby. You know, it's the last one. So we walk in, dun, 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 dun. They clap at the end, like for like us, but that's it. Nobody said anything. Nobody acknowledged anything. They're all just kind of sitting around. Like, no, pues si quieren una canción, son Mariachi and they can say qué. Nobody asked for a song. They all looked around at each other like, you watching this shit? But yeah, like everything fucking just felt like, I feel like, when we were like, you know, we joke with each other, like during the gig, we would joke with each other, and I'm like, dude, I can hear everything. I can hear people just breathing over here. Like,
I know. I would get like close to like the joke. I'm like, como cuando.
Yeah, and everybody's just like, and there was at one point, I think that I said something, and they laughed. So I was like, I was being real self-conscious. I was like, I don't know what I said, but I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
Es que soy todo, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the most quiet gig that I think we've ever, especially like for Mother's Day, like to end on. Like that was the last one where like, was esta? Let's give it our best, you know. Let's go into it, like just do our best, and it's like the quietest gig ever. Like, sí me espanté, güey. Honestly, like que espantan, güey.
They get a little more lit up towards the end.
Towards the end.
Pero pues ya pa qué, güey, ya acabamos. Because they were like, se van. You're like, wait, like we've been here for an hour.
Yeah.
You barely started like asking for songs like the last 10 minutes, and then they were like, you want a shot? I'm like, yes, but like,
ya nos vamos, ya pa qué, you know. So at that point, it was just kind of like, no, let's just finish it, bro. Let's just finish it. And the most exciting part was, I guess, our trumpet player getting on the trampoline during Neo Perdido, but that's it. Like, he's just crazy. You just do shit like that. So, other than that, though, like the whole time, I just remember thinking, like, just got to get out of here, bro. Just got to make it. Because about that point, my shoulders are gone. My legs are gone. Mi voz de tanto cantar. De tantos gritos que echaba, güey.
Y sí, tanto ánimo.
No, but I commend these guys. Like, they're the ones that, especially like Arturo, Paco, these guys that have to like sing everything, like, and put on like a show at every single place. And like, it's not an easy thing to do. So like, I can only imagine like their voices, like how they feel and stuff like that too. Pero the good thing is that we got through it, we finished, we got home. I remember just being like at home. También I fell asleep, man. Like
my feet were killing me, man.
Yeah.
Driving home, like I was driving without my boots.
You took them off?
As soon as I got in my car, I was like,
yeah, dude, es un, and then they don't make comfortable botines, you know. So like they're not really meant to be comfortable. They're meant to look good, you know. So like when we're out there playing or whatever, like you're just meant to do your part and play and whatever. But like you do that for 20 hours, like I don't think anybody intended for you to. But again, it's Mother's Day. We go out there to serenade the moms and for you guys to have a good time. So I appreciate the work. I appreciate everybody hiring us, and I know that we talked about it. Like it is hard, but it's like we probably made some people's day, you know. So that's kind of how I look at it. And at the end of the day, we got paid. So it's a win-win for everybody. And I just hope that everybody that participated in such event had a good time. And we're going to see, actually. We're going to see what some of y'all put because we didn't even get to the topic. Like, that's how much of a week it was. Like, it felt like it was so long, everything that we had to do. But here's a couple of things that you guys sent to us as far as we just put Mother's Day. ¿Cómo les fue? Because everybody was posting about it. It felt like we were all like live tweeting an event. Like it was like a like a thing that everybody was just doing. So this person says, we only worked Friday and Saturday. It was great not working Sunday at all. Well, I know you're a dad, bro. So I know for him, for Sunday is like it was like a reset day. So good for him. Yeah. This person says, played at Casa del Sol, got back home and played 3 hours. Let us sleep. Sounds
That's
chill.
the restaurant that Sol plays there, right? The new.
I think so.
Sí.
So good for him. 3 hours was. Se me hace poquito, pero.
But
you're right. Start. No, muy mal. No, I'm just kidding. No, good for you, man. Me iba a desmayar del pinche calor. We talked about that. We're all like that. We actually didn't have bad weather this year.
Yeah, surprisingly.
It wasn't wet. It wasn't hot. It was almost like fair weather. Like everything just felt like okay. Hasta había like breeze at the last gig, the taquero gig. Like I remember thinking, I had that thought, like se siente como like my part of Mexico. Like when you're there, like in the afternoon. Just a little bit of wind, not hot, but it's just like.
Nos salvamos because today was a little hot.
When tomorrow, what's today, Monday?
Yeah.
Wednesday is supposed to get like 103 here. It's supposed to be like historic.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Well, imagine that. Like, but the other madres, pues está cabrón, güey.
Yeah.
So like for us to have like an all right, like a very fair weather, like.
No,
sí. And it does get hard, bro, to be honest. Voice is hella dead. 15 hours total for Saturday and Sunday.
Rest it up, bro.
Rest it up, man. You earned every piece of that.
Nah.
Yeah. This person says, almost fought a client on the very last serenata who was causing problems for everyone. That sucks because you're kind of put in a wrong position. Like, if you fight the client, you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
But if you don't fight the client, you also look like a bitch. So it's like...
Which one do you want to be?
You want the guy that ruins it for everybody or the guy that gets you paid? So... I'm ruining it for everybody. Like, ese chingan cabrones. Yo se los pago. Like,
you did this.
You did this to yourself. Person says, chingon. Good for you. What chingon? Person says, I'm exhausted. I have a big final coming up, and I had to study in the van the whole time. El Victor, güey.
That was me last week, yeah.
Yeah, man. Just over there. When he walks in with the backpack, like, ni tan ni mamos, or just like, what a bitch, you have your backpack? We're going to do study, you fucking nerd. Yeah,
I'm in the bag with my calculator. I'm just like...
It's just funny because it's like when I brought my backpack too on Friday because I told you I changed on Friday because I had to go straight from school and I'm not gonna leave my laptop because when we leave our cars I'm like I'm not gonna leave my laptop alguien se la roba ya valió madre. So I took it into the van and I left it there on Friday and Arturo sends me a snap. He's like, whose backpack is this shit? And he opens it. He's like, it's El Sammy, because he opened it up. There was like travel forms in there with my name. It's like, pinche Sammy, güey, dejando tus cosas por donde quiera. It's like, fucking shit. And he was just like, in the snap, he was just digging in there. And I'm like, wait, I think esas cosas, güey, what the fuck?
Like un condón, it's like, what?
No, he's just like looking through my shit. I was like, ay, deja tú, cabrón. I was like, just take care of it. My laptop's in there. He's like, got you, bro. I was like, stupid.
Are you getting snacks in
here? Yeah, there was a Rice Krispie in there, actually.
He's like, había.
Yeah. This person says, pa la verga, laughed my ass off. 12 hours. Hey, man, that's respectable. 12 hours, man. That's half a day. Good, except when I went to deposit, one of the bills was fake.
It might be that the ATM doesn't take it. Because sometimes ATMs don't take old bills.
The old bills? Yeah.
I go to QT and I'm just like, can I put 20 on?
I was like, it's fake, but no pedo. No, and Arturo, that's kind of like a thing I've had with Arturo. I told him if he ever has an old bill, just come I've been collecting them. I've just been collecting all the old bills.
Yo acá necesitando bills.
No, I just collect those because I like because you don't see a lot of them anymore. Yeah. It's all the blue bills now. So anytime he pays me 100 and it's an old bill, I'm like, ooh, hell yeah. So I don't know. It's a little thing I do. But yeah, I would be like, what's this? One day I'm gonna catch all the llevarlos. They're like, all of these are fake. Yo, valiste madre, güey.
He's like, in Chuck E. Cheese we trust or some shit.
Yeah, in Chuck E. Cheese. No shit. No, this guy goes, I left the group I played with because of unorganized gigs, and Mother's Day was the tits. I'm assuming.
Oh, that's what that means?
I think so. Yeah, the two cherries.
And the cherry?
Was the cherry?
Like the cherry on top?
Sure. Unless I'm reading it wrong. I don't know. Unless I'm reading it wrong.
It makes more sense. Like, and Mother's Day was the cherry on top.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But he left the group. So imagínate, you're just at the end like, no, pues ay, gracias. You know, and just leave the group.
Some people do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, we talked about this last week, but it's like people arman groups specifically right now to go play serenades and do all that. And then at the end, they're just like, no, pues, it's been real. And they just like, they send them on their way. And then they go back to whoever they were with, I guess, or whatever.
Like, damn.
Yeah. Or some people come out of retirement just for like this one weekend because pues sale dinero, güey. Like, they know, they're like, okay, well, this, I saw people posting about it like, oh, this is my vacation money or this is my whatever. I told you as soon as I got home, I was like, ya lo gasté, güey. It's gone.
Bro.
I was like, tenés que pagar la aseguranza.
Like, money, please.
Sí. It's almost like my bills know, like, este vato va a tener lana, güey. We're gonna make his fucking day ruined by just like start trying to.
My car's gonna be like, like nah.
You just turn up the volume a little bit. Ya viene amaneciendo. Yeah, you can't hear that shit. Yeah, that's your other option. Yeah, just ignore it. Como
pasa nada.
We'll do a quick Charro chat too because we gotta get out of here. Holy shit. Charro chat. We have a lot. Okay, for Vic, do the calluses from playing guitarrón affect your heart playing at all?
No.
Bet.
Next.
What are the best botines for all day comfort? My heels are hurting after this Mother's Day weekend. Like I said, they're not really meant to be like comfortable. They're just meant to look good. So I don't know. I don't even know brands. Like there's no Nikes out there. There's no fucking Asics botines. You know,
it's just botines.
They're just botines. You don't even know what marca. You just look for someone like, hey, tienen black botines. That's it. You know. So I mean, I've heard people put like the insoles or whatever. You could do that. I've heard people putting on 2 socks, but that only works like in the cold. Because if you put on 2 socks in el calor, güey. No?
I've done it because I'm cold, not.
Todos se van a desmayar en la van, güey.
Bro.
Has someone ever unironically asked you to play algo de Bad Bunny? Yes. Anytime there's like a new artist that is popping off, they gonna start asking for that shit. And it's like shit that has nothing to do. But yeah, Bad Bunny, like Peso Pluma, like all of una de Luis Corin. What is his name?
Corin?
No, también, but he's got at least like some of them do have like mariachi tracks where then it's possible for us to possibly play that, or if not, like una canción popular enough that we can like just figure it out or whatever. But most of the time, their songs that like no tiene nada que ver. I'm like una de J Balvin. I'm like stupid ass. Yeah, yeah. So we just can't play anything like that. What's your opinion on clients, people that use their phone Google to ask for songs? I mean, we do it, but at the same time, they do know a lot of songs on their own, though. So it's not even like they do this all the time. I do feel like people rely on it too much. Like, I feel like if you're a singer, that's why I never became a singer, because I would have to learn all those lyrics. You know, me la sé, güey.
Yeah.
So it's like, I look at it like, if I know that I can't do that, I'd rather not be that guy that takes out my phone to read every single song.
Well, it's because if you look at it too, I mean, it can apply to like instruments. Like how many people don't pull up their phones to see like PDFs?
No, they do that a lot too. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I think. I think some people like. I think it is. It's like ChatGPT. It's a useful tool if you use it right.
Yeah.
But because I've seen people pull up their phones for like El Rey.
Or like for the Mozo Cariño.
And I feel like there's standards that you should know. Like
exactly.
If you've been here at least a year, not even a year, like 6 months. El Rey or Mozo Cariño are easy to memorize, you know? Because even I know it.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you go up to sing it like, I'm like, you know? Fuck, there's no signal here.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's very true. No, but yeah, I feel like people use technology as a crutch. Same thing as students. Students use the laptop and they can't even read.
Yeah.
Like they can't read, bro. No, like for real, kids can't read. Like so they'll just push like, read it to me. Nah, right.
What?
That's a whole nother fucking iceberg. They can't write.
What?
They can't spell.
But they can type? How do they text?
It types it for you. Autocorrect. You have to just write it más o menos and it'll correct it for you. So when you put it on a paper, they'll be like, I was WUZ.
Oh, I see.
Dude, high schoolers. Nah, tú no sabes, güey. No, but yeah, I think they use technology as a crutch sometimes. And it's kind of like, again, yeah, if you know standards, if you know some of the standards, you should be able to at least do that. Yeah, canciones like that these guys like take out on their phone. I'm like, oh, this is some song de rancho and no sé qué chingado. So like they'll use
that's
that.
where it's like,
And like, don't get me wrong, we use Spotify, like if or like our music, because we'll be like, fuck, how does this song go? We'll take out our phone and listen to it, but then we play it. So it's not like I'm pulling up a PDF file of it. Like, la sacamos, and our violinists are able to do that too. They're like, ¿Cómo va? Pues más o menos. Or they'll figure out something right then and there, pa echar adorno.
Yeah.
Si no, pues ni modo, right? But I mean, we figure it out, is what I'm saying. You can't do that 1 year into your whatever, like with El Rey, güey. El Rey.
Yeah.
The most basic fucking song that you can do. Like, yeah, you can't use it as a crutch. What's a gig that you're never going to forget? Either a gig so good, so bad that it lives on. I'll tell you later. What is your biggest pet peeve? I don't know. It's a good question. People that complain. No. I don't like when people. Yeah, just like I don't like when people aren't considerate.
Okay. People
that are selfish. Yeah,
I get that.
People that are selfish and aren't considerate. Like even if you hate someone, like you still that but no said like mala onda. Like just be considerate. I think that's my thing.
Okay.
Tú? Estúpidos.
I forgot. I had to answer. Probably like lazy in the context of working. I would say like
laziness. Yeah, that's a good one.
If you don't try and if you don't like try your best, I guess, and that's on corny. Like
yeah, no, yeah, it's
like
true.
I'll look at you like, damn, you're a bitch. Okay,
you're fucking that shit up, man. This person says, did you guys feel like every year you play at more places for Mother's Day or about the same? Pues este year sí estaba más culero.
I think it's just because we weren't used to it.
Maybe I'm old.
No, I'm saying I'm
bitch.
Like the beginning of the year has been slow.
Yeah,
and it picked up real quick. You know, so
it's
I think
like
it's
they saved all of them for this weekend. Yeah.
So I think it's that.
Nos cayó pesado for that reason. Yeah, because like you throw everything on 3 days, it's a combination. Yeah, it's like a cocktail of badness. Sammy, do you get your index fingernail done too, or just the others? No, I get these two, middle and ring, and then my thumb. So it's those three, and then these two are natural nails, but I use a finger pick. So yeah, that's kind of what my hand looks like. If you want to take a screenshot, they're a little bad right now. I actually have to get new ones. Do y'all anticipate more or less, or the same amount of gigs for mariachis in the future? El mariachi nunca se va a morir.
Suena que tío, bro.
Sí, güey. No. No se va a morir. El mariachi nunca se va a morir.
Aquí está.
No, I can't really say. I mean, 10 years from now, we might not even be here. Like fucking the world, meteorites and shit. But if I think mariachi will never die out to the point of we're not working. We will always work.
Yeah.
I think we will always work.
I think so too.
People are still gonna have parties. People are still gonna want Mexicans there, and the Mexicans that know how to play these instruments. So like they're gonna hire them. It's gonna be there. So will it still be as relevant as it is today? Probably about the same or maybe even less, but people will still want mariachis.
Yeah.
I really do think that.
We're a big part of the culture.
Yeah, I mean we're Mexican. That's like our whole thing. Mexicans, mariachi, bread and butter, peanut butter and jelly, Nutella and fruit. I don't know, things that go together. Things that go together.
Okay, Nutella.
Tacos and salsa.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, carne y salsa. Carne y tortilla, ¿no?
También.
Para taco.
No. Tanta carne yo sin tortilla, güey.
Vámonos, güey.
Yeah, I think we're getting loopy. I'm tired. Victor's tired. I just want you to know that we appreciate you coming back. I hope that your Mother's Day weekend was a good one for you. I hope that it was beneficial for you physically, mentally, and financially. And we hope that you guys take it easy. Remember that we're still working. We still got to work the next coming weeks. So, ánimo. Aunque ya no haya, ánimo.
Gotta do it. Gotta pull through, man.
Yeah, so rest up. And once you rest up, get ready for next week's work. And then you can come back and watch CharroBeans for the next episode.
You guys have a good week. Rest up.
A huevo.
Take care of yourselves. Because the next week's coming.
Y bien.
En la cara, en la espalda.
Bueno, ahí nos vemos. We'll see you guys later and take it easy.
Bye, guys. Oh, yeah, ¿verdad? Oh, shit.